My name is Paul Oliver. I'm the owner of Pinellas Power Products. This is the installation instruction video for the battery charge circuit for Ryobi's 1800 running watt, 2300 starting watt generator. If you already own one of these generators, you're aware that it does not charge its own starting battery when it's running. The generator comes with a battery charger that you have to plug into an outlet and then plug the battery into, which is a little bit inconvenient. However, I have a kit that installs into the generator and will charge the battery as the generator's running. So let's get started. First thing is we're going to pull the covers off so we can get at it. Incidentally, Ryobi loves Torx fasteners for some reason. So it's a good idea to get yourself a set of Torx fasteners so that you can do routine maintenance on it and be able to install this kit. For instance, the Torx fastener that holds the fuel selector knob is a T20. Great, these are Allen. When you pull these screws out, there are small washers on the screws that you'll want to pull out as well. Let me get the size off this wrench. Okay, this is a 3mm Allen that holds the side panel. The 4 outer bolts on the battery box are a T20. And there are 4 of them. Okay, the two screws that hold the conductor bar are T15 Torx. The ones that hold the conductor box are a wood screw or plastic screw as opposed to a machine screw. And as I said earlier, they're a T15 Torx instead of a T20. This control panel here is T20, and they're a real short wood or plastic screw. Okay, so now you're ready to start working on it. My kit comes with a small plastic bag. Initially they're going to have two screws in it. One is going to be a Phillips head, the other is going to be a Torx screw, and you'll see where that goes later on. Eventually I'll make a decision as to which one works best, and I'll have only one screw in future kits. You're going to get some zip ties, and those are just for tidying up the work area, zip tying any wires into place. And then a flash drive that has the installation instruction video that you're watching right now on it. This is the battery charger. The larger brick is a voltage regulator and rectifier. The smaller brick area is the battery charge controller. Installation is straightforward and simple. First thing I'm going to do is take the two yellow wires, and that's power in. I'm going to feed them into this recess here and pull them back out through this hole here. So you'll probably be able to see this better from the side of the generator there. You need a flashlight, but you can see what I'm doing there. That's the first of the two yellow wires, and there's the second one. The two yellow wires are completely reversible. That's why I made them the same color. What you're going to do with those is one goes on this side of the outlet, the other goes on this side of the outlet. So we'll do this side first. You'll loosen up the Phillips head screw. Slide the open ring terminal into place and tighten it right back down again. On the other side, both screws already have a wire on them. However, you'll just loosen up the Phillips head screw, slide both of the open ring terminals, the stock one and the one that's included in my kit, down over the Phillips head screw and tighten that down. The next step will be to take a drill and drill a hole right where I've already drilled this one, because I've already had a battery charger installed in this one as a test. So you can either take a 9/64 drill bit and then do a test fit with the light. If it's still a little bit too tight, then drill it out to a 3/16. The size of the LED bulbs are not precise for drilling because they're not intended to be mounted into a face like this. But at any rate, you'll take the LED indicator light and feed it the same way that we fed the two yellow wires. And this indicator light is going to do the exact same thing that the indicator light on the battery charger that came with the generator does. If you see it flashing two quick flashes and then a pause and then two more quick flashes, that's analyzing the battery. And when it starts slowly flashing on and off, it's charging the battery. And I believe, according to the owner's manual, when it comes on solid, the battery is fully charged. Now I'm going to take just a drop of glue and put it on this to glue the bulb in place. I'm just going to put it on the back of the panel. And it'll run into that. I do not recommend using JB Weld in this instance. JB Weld is a beautiful epoxy, but according to their own instructions, it has metal in it. And if you get metal shorting the two leads that go into the LED, of course the LED will not work. Okay. Just to clean up the area a little bit, we can go ahead and put this panel back in place now, because that's all you do behind this panel. So we'll take our 4 really fine plastic screws, put those back in. Now the black lead wire, which is the ground, you're going to run back parallel to this black lead wire. So we're going to slide it into this housing. And you'll notice right down here is the ground bolt where this black lead wire goes. And we're going to run this one, just feed it right in here. Yeah, if you can have that flashlight, that'd be awesome. And here it comes through here. So we'll pull that bolt out and we'll put it through this ring terminal as well as the other 3 or 4 ring terminals that it already goes through. Okay, there's still 4 wires stuck to it. It would be very easy to accidentally drop a wire off of this screw, so pay close attention that you don't do that. There were initially 4 wires onto it, and now there will be 5. come over to this side, you'll route the red wire right up through here, and it'll come out this side. If you look, you have a fuse on a red wire that goes to this switch block. Let me get a pair of pliers so I can unplug that red wire. What we're going to do is, you'll notice the wire from my kit has a piggyback on it. We're going to plug the original stock wire onto the piggyback, and then we're going to plug my wire onto the spade connector. And let me see the flashlight just for a minute there. Okay. Then at this point you can go ahead and put this panel back on too. Just be very careful that when you put this panel on, that there's no way that the recoil start rope can wind up cutting through any of these wires. If you notice, this wire was pushed up and around so that it stayed away from the recoil start rope too. And this panel was held on with the 2 Allen bolts. Then the fuel selector knob was held on, I believe, with a 20 Torx. Yes. Okay. Then you take the battery charge controller board and the regulator rectifier board, and I'm going to go ahead and zip tie these together. They don't have to be zip tied together, but that way they stay in one place. And doesn't take a lot of tension. And now we have one extra wire, and that is the sensor wire that goes to the battery to tell the charge controller what it's doing. The conductor box is also held together with Torx fasteners. And these are a T10. And they're a plastic/wood screw as well. Go ahead and pull the two sides apart. What you're going to do here, if you noticed originally, I've already cut the slot, but you're going to take a hacksaw blade Of course, I've already cut this because I've already had it mounted. But if you notice where this screw hole is, and you've got the rear body and then this web coming out, you'll cut at a slight angle right through here, and not very deep. You want to go half the width of this connector here, or this conductor here. Then on this side, you'll go the other half of the width. So once you get that cut, you'll notice that there's a Z bend in this conductor. You'll go ahead and set this in just like this. Then the other side, very carefully slide it together so that your conductor is saddled in here. We'll go ahead and put the screws in now. Then what you're going to do is make sure that this conductor lines up straight up and down, and then take a 5/64 drill bit and drill a hole, which, as you can see, I've already drilled a hole here because I've had this mounted before. Once you drill the hole, I'm going to put a little bit of glue behind this conductor so that when the glue dries, it holds it in place a little better. If you remember the bag with the two screws in it, personally I like the Phillips head screw as opposed to the Torx, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to stick with on the kits. Like I say, the early kits are going to come with both. Eventually I will probably just ship the one that I decide works the best. So now you can see that you have the two stock conductors, and those are one on each side, and then the top one that comes with my kit. Grab another controller here, or charger here. My kit has it sitting in there with just this edge rolled. When you get ready to slide the battery in, the two stock conductors are going to go here and here, a positive and a negative. Mine is going to go right through here and make connection with the sensor lead. So what you'll do is you will bend this forward or backward just a little bit to get it fine-tuned, because no two people are going to cut this groove at the exact angle. So if you do cut the groove a little bit steep, you'll bend this out, or if it's a little too shallow, you'll bend this in against the webbing. So if you'll notice here, when you go to plug the battery in, it will hit on all of them. I would start by erring on the too far out and then when you push in, the battery will stop and it just won't go in. This one here I've already adjusted because I've had it installed. But at any rate, it'll install like that. The easiest way to bend it down toward the battery is just to slide a flat blade screwdriver right in here between the plastic and the conductor. If it is too far out, then my own opinion is just take a flat blade screwdriver or any screwdriver and just push up on it hard, and it'll flatten out that curve. At any rate, we're ready to reassemble this thing now. So we'll take the conductor box and slowly spin it the orientation where it goes in, which will be like this. And then we'll get our two screws that are wood screw slash plastic screw. Okay, those are 15 torques again. The outer 4 bolts are number 20 torques. I put one of the screws all the way in so that it'll hold the box in place kind of for me while I fight with the others. At any rate, my own opinion is putting this box back in is probably the hardest single portion of this job. Okay. Go ahead and clear the tools off the workbench. We'll plug the battery in and make sure it starts up. As I said before, 2 quick flashes, then a pause, then 2 quick flashes is analyzing. And when it starts flashing on and off slowly, it's then charging. So when you get done with this, you'll want to go ahead and start it and make sure that that LED starts flashing on, off, slowly. And if it doesn't, the most likely cause is a maladjustment of this sensor lead here, and you'll need to lift up on it to get a better engagement, because as I said, no two people are going to cut that groove at exactly the same angle. Incidentally, if you've got one of these, you know that some of them are hard starting. In fact, when I read the reviews on them, the biggest complaint is hard starting. In my fuel system video, I show you how to modify it. This one was a pain in the neck to start. Now it starts pretty good. If you watch my fuel system video, I touch on what I discovered and why it was hard starting. But at any rate, we'll start this one up. I know we're in a small room. We shouldn't be doing this because carbon monoxide. But I'm going to start it up, and we want to watch 2 quick flashes, slow, 2 quick, slow, 2 quick, and so on. And then when it finishes analyzing, it should just be on, off, while it's charging. So we'll go ahead and start it. I shut the generator off. Hang on. If you noticed, during the analyzing phase, it would flash twice quickly, then a pause, then 2 quick flashes, then a pause. And when it started charging, you get the slow on, off. And that tells you that you have a successful install. I thank you very much for your time.